We are on.
We are on.
On and rolling.
Right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This is it. It's the Christmas couple Q&A.
With the Colvins.
Lots of C's. So we asked all of our followers on Instagram to send us their questions, their burning questions. They can ask us anything. What do you guys really, really want to know? 4 categories seem to come up. So we've broken our questions down into 4 main categories. We have relationship.
We have a random category.
We have a wedding category.
Last one's babies.
Babies.
There's a lot of questions about that.
Questions on babies, but we'll get to that later. Shall we start with some relationship questions?
Let's.
Okay. First one.
When did you know that I was the one?
Oh, I can't sound too keen here. Embarrassingly. For me, it really was straight away. As soon as I met you and we were just dating, for me that was it. I didn't want anyone else.
No.
I think I fancied Jamie, like really, you know when you have such an enormous crush on someone that they just consume all your thoughts. Like I really fancied him. So I just, couldn't. And I asked him out on a date. I tracked him down on Facebook.
Yeah, she did most of that. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that. But yeah, she was the one right at the beginning, I think, sort of.
Yeah, what about for you?
You were a lot more
Forward,
that was the
desperate.
one. Yeah. For me, when did I know? I think, well, we always go back to when we were at university. We had like the Union where there was lots of different rooms where you could wander around this building. It's like the nightclub. And Megan found me, just literally grabbed my hand, ran with me to one of the rooms, which was called Fusion, and was just like, McFly are playing, quick, let's get on the dance floor. And then at that moment, I knew.
It was a McFly did it for you.
It was, yeah.
What do you normally disagree on? Oh, we do disagree. We never argue. We never shout at each other.
I'm not much of an arguer.
But we do disagree. Jamie and I are from very, very different backgrounds. So I think our outlook on life, sometimes we clash over a little bit.
I think sometimes we don't really argue, but I think it probably frustrates you that I'm so messy. And I know this isn't an excuse, but...
Go on, say it. Say it.
When I was at boarding school... Oh, this is embarrassing. Well, there were cleaners who would come in and tidy your room, and miraculously, if you left your boxes on the floor, they would end up in a little pigeonhole downstairs after they've been washed. You just got treated quite nicely.
He thinks
I'm learning.
He thinks there's a house Dobby.
Yeah, I call Megan Dobby.
That's me.
Messiness, yeah.
Anyway, we're 2 minutes in and we're already arguing, so let's move on to question 3. Oh, this next one is so juicy. I love it. I have been dying for this question. Okay, the question is, have you guys ever broken up?
Oh, no.
If so, why did you get back together? Right, over to you, Mr. Colvin.
I think I broken up with Megan once and tried to break up with her an extra time. So almost twice, but really I failed.
That is bad.
And there is a reason for it.
Can't explain yourself.
It was in exam period, and I did mechanical engineering, and it was, it's a tough course. I had a lot of revision, and it all got a little bit too much for me, and I'm not very good with stress management. And the first thing to go was Megan. I know.
First thing to go. How...
I mean, I only had 2 things. It was you, wakeboarding, and engineering, music.
So you chose music. You chose extracurricular activities over me.
And literally on the night that my last exam happened, I went out into the Union again to go partying and saw Megan.
I, like every woman, got dressed up to the nines. I got a new dress. Put on, did my hair and makeup and went out knowing that I'd probably bump into Jamie. He just finished his exams. He broke up with me 2 weeks ago and he came begging. Honestly, it was embarrassing. Really embarrassing.
I did.
And I made it really hard work for him for all of 2 minutes.
I was going to say, did you?
was like, okay, I'll take you back. But he has actually brushed over the second time he tried to dump me.
I can't remember. Was that the same? I feel as though it always happens like when I've
Exam
got exam
time.
period. I'm terrible with those sort of stress things.
The truth is, the second time he tried to dump me, he got his housemate to do it.
Not true.
Yeah, it is true.
Not true.
She's lovely. But she came up to me and said, yeah, I just don't think Jamie's feeling it right now.
Okay, that's different. That's not me asking her.
What else is a woman supposed to think when she gets told that? In conclusion, he dumped me once, tried to dump me twice.
Failed.
He came crawling back in a nightclub. Yeah, I mean, look at that face. You can't.
And now we're almost 10 years on.
10 years down the line.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is a great question. Thank you for sending that one in.
Yeah, thanks. The next question is from Anna Louise X, and she said, would you ever renew your vows?
Yeah. So we've got a deal.
We've got a plan.
We've got a plan. We are getting married every 10 years. That's the plan. So we're getting married in, 8 years?
8 years' time?
Yeah, we're going to have a wedding every 10 years, like a big party. And the next theme is we're going to ask our guests to come sort of in their wedding dresses. Well, the women to come in their wedding dresses. The blokes can come in wedding dresses as well if they want. But basically, everyone is in a wedding dress at the next wedding.
Yeah.
So, you're all invited. So put it in the diary, 8 years' time. Okay, next question is from Jace. Jason sent a lot of questions in. Yeah, Jason's a cutie.
Oh,
yeah, he sent a lot in. Thanks, Jason. He wants to know where we want to be in 5 to 10 years' time. Oh,
is this relationship-wise or just in general?
I've put it in the relationship category, but maybe we could just do in general.
You like organising,
I do like organising, yeah. Go on, you can go first.
Where would I want to be in 10 years' time? I think in about 10 years' time, we wouldn't be in London anymore. I feel as though we'd move out to the country, probably north of London, more towards family, so towards Norfolk, towards Preston way.
They're very, very different. They're in very different locations in the country.
Yeah, but they're north of London. Well, everything's north of London.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of up Cambridge way. I don't know.
We'll go more north.
So yeah, in 10 years' time, that's probably what I would want to be doing, living-wise. Hopefully.
Business-wise?
I was going to say, hopefully some kids.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on that. Business-wise, obviously, I've started my business recently or launched it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that goes really well. But I think in 10 years' time, I always find little things that I kind of think, oh, that could be done better. I think it's the engineering side of me.
Yeah.
And I'd love to maybe have my fingers in many pies. Multiple businesses would be nice.
Where do I want to be in 5 to 10 years' time? I would love to start my own business. I'm slowly starting to narrow down the areas in which I'd quite like to invest and, work on. I'm not there yet, but that's kind of my next plan. And as long as I have all of my family and friends around me, and you, obviously, then, I think that we'd be on to a winner. Okay, so we're going to move on to the random questions now that came in, and there were quite a few around Jamie's Dutch heritage. First of all, are you half Dutch?
I am half Dutch. Yeah, my grandparents are fully Dutch. My mum is fully Dutch. And my dad is English.
I am honestly as British as they come. Like, just tragically so. I'm not interesting in the slightest.
No.
I looked up my family tree quite recently, and I am literally like 99.9% British.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know, I wish I was a bit more interesting. Okay, can you speak Dutch?
Een klein beetje, maar ik spreek niet zo goed Nederlands.
Oh, it's getting a bit hot in here, don't you think? Well, that was really good. I'm impressed. I've got no idea what you said.
No, do I?
We'll have to put a translation across the bottom.
I probably said it completely wrong.
Where's your next travel destination?
Ooh, good question. We're not sure. We don't even know when we're going to be allowed to travel again. But
one thing is for sure, we will travel as soon as we can.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. One place we'd love to explore together is Australia. You've been?
I've been a few years, well, it's a lot of years ago. When I left school, I did a gap year. I went up the east coast of Australia, starting at Sydney all the way up to Cairns, which was amazing.
Jamie's been everywhere.
Though I haven't done it properly, and I haven't done it with Megan.
No.
So
I have done all of New Zealand, and you haven't
You
done.
have, yeah,
you
I
haven't
haven't
done
been to New Zealand.
New Zealand's amazing. Where we did Bali. Yeah, we love Hawaii, Japan for the honeymoon. We do love to like book a big adventure, so we'll probably do 2 weeks.
we're just not that great at being like chill when we're there.
No,
We went to Egypt once, and it was very much kind of just sitting on the beach.
that actually brings me on to one question that I read, which was what's your favourite dating memory or like dating story?
Oh God, yeah.
And this is relating to Egypt. So we hadn't been together for that long,
I feel as though it was it not the first summer?
but it was like the first holiday that we'd been on together, and we went to Egypt. And it was really nice, but we both got seriously bad stomachs. Like we were really poorly because they were like, don't have water, and we were having like ice cubes, we were having lettuce.
We were in this resort that we thought it was, everything's
my
fine.
God.
And they said it was fine, but
We were so ill, and in our bedroom, everything was like open plan, and you walked into the bathroom, and there was no door on the toilet. So like the toilet was sort of hidden around a little
Yeah.
like brick wall, but there was no door.
it had like a swing thing with a gap like that much underneath, that much above. So it literally wasn't a door at all.
And we just started watching Game of Thrones at the time. This is quite a long time ago, and we would be literally in bed, quite new to sort of getting to know each other.
Watching Game of Thrones.
And we'd force the other person to wear headphones whilst the other person had to like leg it to the bathroom and back. I think it's safe to say we became pretty close after that holiday. So maybe not a favourite dating story, but
No,
maybe
a funny
that was
one.
a funny one, yeah.
What is the best advice you have ever been given?
I think I've got 2. First one is, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And my second one is, never forget your manners. Manners are free. Always say please and thank you. It's great advice, because I think if you've got nice manners, you'll go far in life.
I think mine's probably, life's too short, so just surround yourself with the people that you enjoy being with. I think that's
Is that me?
That's you. If you don't like someone, they don't have to be in your life.
All right.
Luckily, we've got very nice friends,
Yeah, we do.
and no one's left our lives.
No.
A question from Justin Liberta was, what is your favourite city to visit in America?
New York.
New York.
Well,
Yeah,
we
that
got
is-
engaged in New
we-
York.
Yeah, and we kind of want to be able to go back there and...
I also
Enjoy
worked
it.
in New York for 3 months, upstate New York, in the Adirondacks as a
Upstate.
wakeboard instructor. So I went into the city quite a lot over those few months, and I absolutely loved it. Broadway,
Yeah, I think I've
obsessed.
only been there once.
Also, how could we forget Orlando?
Orlando, I
love
love you,
Orlando.
Orlando.
Disney.
No,
No, what was
SeaWorld and Disney. Putt, golfing.
If anyone's seen Book of Mormon, you will understand that reference. New York and Orlando, for sure. Oh my god, I love this one. Is it just me, or does Jamie look like a taller version of Daniel Radcliffe?
Oh,
Harry Potter?
how does he look? Maybe it's the eyebrows.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what? A wizard. What is your plan for your YouTube channel in 2021?
Do we have one?
What, YouTube channel?
Yes, we have a plan. Obviously, this year has been pretty crazy. It's all just happened really, really fast. And it's definitely taken us a little while to find our groove. But I think Vlogmas has really helped, just like having a rhythm and posting things. But next year, the plan is, we hope to upload a vlog and a song every week. Might be a song every 2 weeks, but certainly a substantial vlog every week. And then, songs.
I think we kind of want to up our production level of the songs. And they do take a long time. We don't do it as a job, so we have fun with it.
We do.
I think the ones that are a bit more raw and just me with the guitar, Megan singing, with just a little bit of effects, I think they work quite nicely. But we definitely want to do some more production ones, a bit like the Love as a Compass, but just make it a lot better, which will be fun.
Put some jazz in there.
And then we'll have some vlogs as well, if you guys obviously enjoy those.
So final question in the random round is for you. How did you come up with your business idea?
Good question. It actually was from a long, long time ago. Throughout my life, I have lost so many things. It's ridiculous.
You lost me twice.
Well, I tried to. But yeah, I've literally lost so many things. So I was like, well, there must be an easy way to try and solve this issue.
Give us a demo. How does it work?
I've got a bunch of different products which have all got NFC microchips in. This is actually just a key ring, but we got like smart stickers. And it's basically we put little microchips into these products so that anybody with a smartphone that has Apple Pay, contactless payment, all of that sort of stuff, can just tap an item. It's kind of like lost and found. So I've got it on here. I don't want to have my personal details always on my keys, but this basically stores them online on the internet. So if ever they're lost, they can be returned safely and securely. We've got rewards.
Is this a normal iPhone? And then I don't need to do anything other than unlock it, which I have just done. Okay, just unlock my phone. There we go. Okay, did you see? Pops up at the top there. And then it takes you straight to the Mine website. How easy is that? And then the keys come up, it tells you who they belong to, and you can start an anonymous in-platform messaging service and let them know, notify the person that you've found their item. And you ship internationally.
We ship internationally.
So get your orders in, and we're still delivering before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe not internationally, depends how long it takes, but might be able to do that.
But if you want more information, head over to our Instagram, which is MYNEIO, MYN. It's on the screen. MYNEIO.
Go and give mine a little cheeky follow.
Would appreciate the support. Thank you.
Enough of the random questions. Shall we move on to wedding questions? My favourite subject. Okay, question number 1. When you got married, were the photographers in the way? No. We used Hannah Duffy Photography. She was amazing. They are just professionals. They do this, week in, week out. They know exactly what they're doing. Yeah. We didn't even notice she was there. She was absolutely fantastic. So I think if you build up a really good relationship with your photographer, have really clear communication before the day, so that on the day you know exactly sort of, how you'd like things and how you want it to work. I'm sure it will all run well.
Yeah, and if they know exactly where you're going to be when, then they get into place without being seen. Another question is, how do you spend your time with so many guests present?
Yeah. So we did touch upon this in our little wedding series, so definitely head over to those videos.
Somewhere.
But the truth is, be a bit selfish on your wedding day. So there are a lot of people, and there are a lot of people that want to speak to you. Got a frog in my throat. But don't be afraid to sort of cut the conversation short. You're not being rude. You're just saying, right, I'm going to go mingle, going to go see other people. Keep your group photographs short and concise. So if you pre-plan all of those, they should hopefully take no time at all. And then you've freed up
through them. Yeah,
you've freed up an extra hour to go and chat with your friends, and just make sure you're with people all day that you really, really want to be with. Obviously, your partner would be that first person, but friends as well. Everyone's got an uncle twice removed that is invited to the wedding, but you don't really want to spend half an hour chatting to them. So just be a bit selfish. How did you come up with your wedding musical idea? I sat Jamie down and I said, I want to go viral. What do we need to do?
That is definitely not what happened.
No,
we
not.
did not think it was going to go viral. We were actually a little bit worried when writing it. We were like, this could flop hugely, and everyone in the room would be like, what is going on? But actually, it was very us, and our friends knew it was very us. But I think it mainly came down, again, going back to my favourite person in the world, Tom Fletcher from McFly. He does an amazing wedding speech where he takes all of his and McFly's songs, rewrites them for his group of people. So we kind of thought we could do something similar, apart from we don't have a repertoire of songs that we've written. So we
started reining in some Disney tunes.
So we started with a few things, and actually we'd done something similar for another wedding and a 30th birthday. We like making silly songs.
Yeah.
And I think a few people expected it, so...
We actually wrote the Best Man song first. That was quite early. We did the intro, which was from The Little Mermaid, and the the Usher's song pretty early on.
So the Usher's one was early, yeah.
And that was really, I loved that one. I really, really liked the lyrics to the Usher song. So I think it kind of snowballed from there, and we realised that we'd managed to pull together something quite funny.
And we just toyed with the idea to begin with.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this song's... And that song was good. Well, we felt it was good. And then over time we were like, okay, well, let's just keep going. And then actually we got to the point where it was really long, and we were like, we can't just keep adding more and more songs. But we did anyway.
It was 15 minutes.
This question is for you. Did you know what you wanted from your wedding before you got proposed to?
No, I just threw it all together. Yes. I just have a massive soft spot for weddings. I just love weddings. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had Pinterest boards saved from when I was, well, whenever Pinterest started. I think I downloaded the app and just was the first thing I did was start a wedding board. I had a good idea sort of what I wanted. I think dress-wise, I knew quite early on what I sort of wanted. I wanted a bit of a princess vibe.
I think you got that.
Okay, this next question is quite an interesting one. Do you feel like your life has changed since the wedding video went viral? Yes.
We're a lot busier.
We are very busy in a really good way. We are loving it, don't get us wrong.
I think it's all been like a bit overwhelming because obviously we had this song, it went viral. I think it's now just gone over 6 million.
6 million.
Which to us is bizarre.
And it had 8 million on Facebook.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
On the accounts that we know that had uploaded it.
8 mil on Facebook, 6 on YouTube. It really went everywhere. And, you know, we were on BBC Breakfast talking about the wedding. We've had so many messages from people.
We were on some comedian's podcast, which
Yeah.
is funny. He kind of roasted it, but not in a really mean way.
Yeah.
I think that's what comedians do. They kind of were taking the mick out of it, but we were first listening to it and like, oh my God, this is so harsh. And then after a time, you kind of, I think, got his humour.
Yeah.
And it was quite fun. We didn't really
care. But no, it's definitely changed. And it's been so great to just like hear from people from all over the world. Like I have conversations with people on Instagram. People will message me from like Germany, from the Philippines, from America, from, you know, the UK. And I've really, really enjoyed that because we do realise that this has just like literally been sprung upon us. And I think social media and YouTube, it can be quite a scary place. But I genuinely believe that if social media is used in the right way, and we are really, really trying to sort of take that approach and be very responsible with it, I think it can be a force for good.
I think also we get quite a lot of messages from people all over the world, and we can't actually like get through them. We try and like interact with you guys as much as possible because we feel very privileged and to
grateful.
To be in this position. So even like a message from you guys saying like, oh, this has made me smile today, I've had a really bad day, then
that makes us smile.
It's amazing. And it is bizarre for us to get that, but we try and reply to as many people as possible. Sorry if we haven't yet got round to you, but there's quite a few.
So we've got 2 final questions from the wedding section. First one is live band suggestions.
And we actually ended up going for Vince Friedman, who is amazing.
Unbelievable.
We were literally, the dance floor was packed all night.
The website that we used to find Vince was called 8 Ray Music, and I just found that website really, really helpful. They have an amazing selection of bands on there. Like every single one looked fantastic. So if you are looking for a wedding band, 8 Ray Music is a good place to start.
Were you expecting me to propose, or was it a surprise?
It was a bit of both. So it was a complete surprise when Jamie just turned up at work and he whisked me away, and the next thing I knew, I was at the airport going to New York, and I was like, wow. And then when I sort of sat down on the plane, I thought, okay, this could be an engagement trip. Like, this is quite a romantic gesture. We've been together for a long time. We've just moved in together. But then when we got out there, you had like, for the first 2 days, it was so romantic. I booked
some really nice restaurants that kind of like looked over the city, and I think for any guys watching this, is or girls, a good thing to do is almost make it really romantic, and so that they expect it. So at the dinner, like, we had this amazing table looking out across the city, and they're like, oh, it's going to happen. End of the night, you just go home.
Yeah,
and
that
then they're
happened
like,
twice.
oh, okay, well, maybe I've got the wrong end of the stick here.
Yeah.
And then they don't expect when you actually do. So, and also, if you haven't seen that, we did upload a video. So we flew to New York, a little trip there. But on top of that, we always wanted to do a Christmas trip. So
Yeah.
it was another way for me to be like, oh, it's just a Christmas trip. We're going to go shopping,
Yeah.
which I know is a bit, we wouldn't actually normally do that. It's a bit extravagant to go to New York just for Christmas shopping. But
You ended up selling it as a Christmas shopping trip.
Yeah.
And because Jamie had done most of the packing as well, he would let me rummage around in the suitcase, and he was just so relaxed the whole time. And you had a little bit of a cold,
Oh, yeah.
so you weren't like 100% yourself. It was just very chilled. And so I'd convinced myself, I talked myself out of the proposal. And then the morning that you did it, it was early. It was just after 9 o'clock in the morning in Central Park, and the snow was falling, and we just had a coffee. And then when he said, "Oh, I've written you a little poem. Can I just read it to you?" I thought,
at
well,
that point,
this has got to be it, surely.
I think at that point it was pretty obvious. Again, I should have just finished the
What?
poem and just, okay, breakfast.
I think I would have thrown you in the lake. Okay, so relationship questions are done, our random questions are done, our wedding questions are done. But there was one theme of questions that came through more than anything else.
A lot fell into this category.
Probably amounted, I'm not kidding you, to about 40% of the questions. Ready? Go. Are you having babies? When are you having babies? What are you going to call them?
How many babies
How
do you
many do you want? The short answer is yes, of course.
We would love to.
Of course we'd love
Some
kids.
point.
At some point, yeah. How many would you want?
See, I've always said 3 or 5.
5? Are you joking? Are you going to push them out?
Well, we can, you could have some twins, so you get 2 in one go.
We are not having
2
5.
for 1?
No. I might meet you at 3.
I think probably now I'm swaying more, if we're lucky enough, to have 2 to 3. 3 would be good. Some twins and a single.
You haven't really thought about this at all, have you? No, we love kids. We have an amazing niece and nephew who we absolutely adore. And I'd love to have children. The thing is, it's not a given.
It's not.
No. I think I'd be very, very grateful and blessed if I even had one.
Yeah, and
So,
also, like, some people, you
whatever.
go down the route, you can adopt.
Oh, yeah. You could.
different.
Lots of different options, aren't there, to think about. But, no. Maybe we should think about it.
Yeah.
Should we just...
Well-
I mean, we're in the bedroom now, so should we just...
We'll let you know.
Just kidding. One of the questions that actually came through, a baby name you both love, but you're not going to use. Oh, that is hard. The only name on the list that we would probably use in some capacity is Jamie's middle name, which is Ari, because that's the name of your
My grandpa,
grandpa.
from Holland.
So it's spelled A-R-I-E, Ari. That's probably the only name that's...
I think if it was
Floating.
not, yeah, that would probably, we'd like to somehow get that into a middle name,
Yeah.
which would be good.
Well, I'm Mac, M-A-C. You're Jack, J-A-C. My dad's Jack. My brother's Jack. My stepmum is Jack. As in,
Yeah.
they're all
All the
J-A-Cs. All in...
I've
my
always as well wanted...
brother-in-law, Mac.
Yeah, Mac. I've always wanted, like, the middle name to be a vowel so we can make some cool names. So it'll be
We're going to have
Mac, Jack.
back, sack and crack. Oh my god, they'd be bullied endlessly at school. No, in all seriousness though, maybe A middle names, C surnames, something like that. Oh, that was a lot of questions.
That was.
This feels quite therapeutic.
It's quite good, yeah. We didn't even get through all of them.
I've never heard you talk so much.
I'm not one for chatting, just answering random questions.
No, that was really good fun. Thank you everyone for
Enjoyed
submitting
it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, we would hugely appreciate it. We said to ourselves that we would love to get to 70,000, maybe just after Christmas now.
Yeah.
Actually, the plan was originally to get to 50,000 by Christmas, 50, and now we're looking at nearly
Just
70.
short of 70. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, if you're not already, share it with any friends that you think might want to be subjected to our voice.
Or singing and playing. Yeah, but we'd really, really appreciate it because we are we're enjoying making all of these videos, and we hope you're enjoying watching them. So all that is left to say is...
Have yourself...
No, we've already done that. Enjoy the countdown to Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone.
And enjoy the rest of the Christmas vlogs.
And thank you for watching.